Hey guys, good morning. Glad you're here. Glad you're stopping by. Welcome to the Daily Bits. So just some pretty crazy news. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this, but Microsoft was going to buy Activision Blizzard, which is one of the biggest video game companies in the world. They have games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. Big stuff. Diablo, Overwatch, and I'm sure there's more. Skylanders. What all does Activision have? They got a lot of stuff. But anyways, Microsoft was going to buy Activision Blizzard for about $70 billion. This was going to be one of the biggest acquisitions for tech ever, pretty much, ever. And it was under a lot of scrutiny, mainly due to the fact that a lot of people thought, hey, this is going to be a monopoly. In my opinion, I don't think it was going to be a monopoly, and I'm not trying to be an Xbox fanboy here, because, even though I like Xbox, it's just, I play on all the systems. Microsoft had a bunch of plans to, make Call of Duty and stuff like that non-exclusive. So it was going to be on platforms like the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PC, cloud gaming services. And they actually went through the process of creating these deals, usually about 10, 15 year-long deals for Call of Duty to stay not an exclusive. And that's a lot of people freaking out about. Now, the biggest player, Sony, PlayStation, they kind of bitched at it pretty much right at the beginning. As soon as this started, as soon as Microsoft said, hey, buying Activision, Sony got pissed off. Now I know there's a lot of hypocrisy in this, because Sony's big thing was saying, oh, you can't make Call of Duty and Activision games exclusive. Sony, they do this a lot, and Microsoft was doing this a lot. Both companies they don't have clean hands when it comes to buying up exclusives. Sony buys up exclusives all the time. Silent Hill 2 is a good one. That's going to be exclusive. I don't know if it's going to be a timed exclusive or just an exclusive, but, they've done that. They've done that with some of the Bethesda games like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. But for some odd reason, they have a problem with, other games, coming to Xbox being exclusive. And I know what they're going to say. Oh, these are the biggest games in the world. They make a ton of money. A lot of people go to them. A lot of people are just going to go to Xbox now and play them. And Sony's been playing the same stuff. And, you had Jim Ryan, I think he's one of the presidents of Sony, I think. Pretty sure. I haven't kept track of, the board since Kazurai and Ken Kutaragi and stuff like that. But it's very interesting that the CMA blocked this. Now, Microsoft, they're going to appeal this, and appeals for something like this, it's going to take years. Activision's already came out and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and appeal this as well, because Activision sees that, hey, this is only going to benefit us and gaming as a whole. In my opinion, I think, it's probably a good idea. I think Activision getting away from Bobby Kotick would be a great idea. It could be a whole lot worse. A lot of people don't like Microsoft. I don't have any problems with Microsoft. They're just like any other crazy, big, giant, evil corporation that wants all the money in the world and your soul. But, I have no problem. I love Xbox, and I love my PlayStation. I love my Nintendo stuff. It's just wild. I didn't expect it to get blocked. I thought, oh, this is a done deal. And, I think is it the FTC? Their case, that still has to go through. But, with Activision and Microsoft willing to go through the appeal process, which again will take years probably. It's not going to be one of these short things, but apparently it's hard for an American company to have any type of business deals in the UK, and the CMA is pretty much a closed door with that. So we'll see what happens with that. I was actually kind of rooting for Activision to get away from Bobby Kotick. I didn't want Activision to be bought up by EA, which I don't think EA could buy Activision. I'm not sure. I don't know what their wallets look like, but I think them going to Xbox would have been just fine. Just fine. I don't think that would have been much of a problem with it. Especially where Microsoft was coming up with these deals to kind of please all the other gaming companies, which is, that's a great thing. There should be I think Call of Duty should be, non-exclusive. And I think Microsoft sees that because, you're taking away a big base. Like, you want Call of Duty to be in the hands of everybody because it's a big seller. It's a huge seller. Like, billions of dollars, like, every year. Just Call of Duty. And Microsoft would probably be stupid to make that exclusive. They've done things like that with Minecraft. They bought Minecraft for an exorbitant, I think it was $7 billion, maybe? I forget how much they bought them for. I know they bought Bethesda for close to that, which, they have access to like Fallout, Doom, and Elder Scrolls, and Wolfenstein, Quake, Prey, all kinds of cool stuff. But Microsoft, I don't think that was offensive. I didn't think it was an offensive deal. I thought it was just okay. It's like, okay, it's just fine. Call of Duty is not going to be ran by Bobby Kotick. I think he's the worst person to be in charge of, a gaming company. It's always been that way. But we'll see how things go with that. Hopefully, the appeal process can go through and reverse the CMA decision. But, it's going to take years for that to happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Love you. See you soon.